Audio. Check. Up. Good. Good morning, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Italy. Show and tell. So how are we doing? Good morning. Didn't get a chance to eat anything up this morning yet. Running late getting here. Quite. Papers out, yes, thank you. 2 packs are out today. One is for Nei-chan. She's working on, what is she working on? Nanga Landscape, print in our catalog, which we haven't had in stock for years. Nanga Landscape. And then Suga-san is working on another group of 130 or so Patreon chibis. She just finished Suga-san just finished the print. She'll give it to me. You saw it actually. Was it here on my desk the other day? She's just finished the batch of the print from our Mystique series. She's done very well, very nicely. There's some more Patreon prints to check, and there's a show and tell we have today. But you know what I'm doing here first? It's a normal Wednesday. It looks like a nice day. It was really interesting yesterday. I know the festival happened last weekend, and the weather was threatening, and the weather forecast was sort of iffy. It may have rained and whatever during the festival. It didn't, but Tuesday, the day after all the cleanup had finished, it poured buckets here yesterday, Tuesday. It didn't bother us at all because it was our closing day. So I couldn't have asked for a better situation. I had been thinking about going to Ome yesterday, a couple of things to see the staff out there and just touch base with them and do some extra jobs, get my hair cut, stuff like that. But in the morning it was raining so heavily, I figured, no way, I'm not going to get out there. I'm just going to do other work. So I canceled going to Ome. And later on, I got an email from the people out there saying it had been raining so heavily out there that they hadn't gone to work either. So it worked out very well. I spent the day here in Osaka catching up on some other stuff. And Cameron and I, we put our CEO hats on, our executive hats on. We had an executive suite meeting yesterday. We had a lot of fun, actually. Traffic cones, yeah, they're back to normal. I know we had the traffic cones, we brought them in because of the festival. You can't leave traffic cones out on the street. Anyway, traffic was all blocked off. There was no cars running down here on Saturday and Sunday. So we didn't need our cones, but they've gone out normally. They've gone out again. Post a picture, this I have to see. What do you mean post a picture? Me and Cameron sitting in a room talking together? What do you mean? And we think, I know this is the, what's the situation? It's kind of what's the best way to describe this? The morning after, it's the wrong nuance. I know when you have an idea, it always looks really good when you have an idea. Oh my God, yeah, we could do that. That would be so good. And you tend to think about the positive aspects of it. And yeah, we can do that. You make your notes, and yeah, we can do that. It'll do that. That will happen. If we do that, that will happen. And you tend to think too much about the way it should go, and especially when you're brainstorming. The rule when you're brainstorming is don't interrupt it. Don't say, no, we can't do that because such and such and such and such. That the rule about brainstorming is don't say no. Just put the stuff on the table. Dump it on the table and try and think positive and later on sort out what can and can't be done. Anyway, long story short, we thought we had a really good idea yesterday. We really came up with what we think is a really good idea yesterday. And we spent the whole day, we put our normal work aside. I didn't get anything done except this, and Cameron didn't get any bookkeeping done. But we put together what we think is the bones of what could be a really interesting project. I'm not trying to tease you today here with this. I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't even talk about this. Because as I said, it was just the first rough putting the idea together. And today is going to be the morning after day. We're going to sit and look at this now after both having a chance to think about it and think, that was a pretty good idea yesterday, but if we do this, people will do that. What if they don't do that? So today's the day we have to sort of think a bit more carefully about how it might actually not work. So we'll see. Again, I'm not trying to tease you, I'm just trying to describe what we did yesterday, that's all. But it went far enough that I registered 2 new domain names yesterday. Okay, you can see where we're at here. We finished one more column yesterday, not yesterday, Monday, at the end of the last stream. We finished carving to the bottom of the next column on the text. We're moving along one by one by one by one by one. So it's now time to start a new column. These are getting longer and longer, I guess, actually, too. The reason this is taking a bit longer, when the columns were short, it was easy, but now they're getting longer and longer and longer. Anyway, what I'm going to do this morning, first step, is I'll be doing a rough cut. I'll rough cut around the edge of this next column to take out the wood around it, and then I'll sharpen up again to get a good edge on the tool, and then cut the letters themselves. So the first few minutes here are not going to be very interesting, exciting carving. I'm just going to rough cut. Now we've talked about this before. This is the work that we try and describe as apprentices' work. The top best carvers wouldn't spend their time, they wouldn't waste their time doing this part of the job. The apprentices would do this first and then pass the block over to the guy who had the skills to do the delicate carving. Also, I guess, have you seen a new video went up on the weekend? Look at that, 2 videos in less than a week. It's like the buses. You don't have one for ages, and then all of a sudden a bunch of buses come in a row. New video went up, and as usual I did the same stupid thing. I put it up just a few minutes before Game of Thrones started. You're going to go head to head with the best, why not? What's this 8 views of Texas? Is this for Karen? Isoka Soka. Karen, I meant to mention, I thought, you knew about this, but have you seen John Amos? Have you seen his blog? He shows and talks about his own process for making cherry blocks. He's making his own cherry blocks over there in Georgia, right from zero. He buys some cherry from whatever, somewhere he can get cherry from. He makes his own blocks, he sands them and prepares them right to the finished stage by himself. And he's shown how he's doing it on his blog. This is John Amos. I think his blog is Tanuki Prince or something like this. And he's got it under control, it seems, and he's making hundreds and hundreds of blocks. He's got that giant project he's building, a Prince of the Appalachian Trail, and he's really, really steaming ahead with it. And I don't know that he's in the process of making blocks for sale. I kind of doubt he's doing that, but he's, have a look at what he's doing. Is there a link to it? I don't know, Tanuki Prince blog or something like that. Yeah, somebody's got it. He's a very, very, very interesting guy. He's got all the personality things in place for being a successful person doing this job. The only thing is he doesn't talk about it enough. He's just busy making prints. So I don't know where on his blog the block making posts are. It's about a year ago maybe or so, I don't know. Just get to his blog and go back in time for a year or something, going through the links. Reading some of this stuff while I'm carving around here, is it oriented towards you? This is all backwards, of course. This is the character for Su with a 10, which makes it Su, makes it Zu, and this is U, so this is Zu. And then these characters, the ones that look like a katakana ku, the character you see as a ku means repeat the previous group of characters. So this is Zu, repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. And I think Zu is their indication here for sort of octopus sucking sound. We know what the activity is going on here. This one is ha with a ha, and this is repeat, repeat. So again, this is ha, 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 Zu, 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 Zu. It's laughing and sucking and laughing and sucking. What am I doing carving this? What is it? In for an inch, in for a mile. What's the expression? In for a dime, in for a dollar. I forget something. Once you're into it, you got to get going. Just keep it up. Do the job. There's hard spots here and there in the wood, you can see, you get to a brown part like this, it's hard, your knife pauses and then jumps forward and you come out of it. There's another one here, another one here. Interesting question. Did Hokusai provide the text for the print? I don't have any idea. I'm sorry, I don't know. And I don't have a copy of the book here. And my friend Ueda-san has a set, and I borrowed it from him to do the scanning of this particular image when I started this project a few years ago. And I imagine if we grab the book, if we have the book, because there's text in it, there will be the name of an author will be listed. Author or person who put the text together. Because this is a porn book, I'm not sure. In the case of the novels that were published, like the ones we have in our shop here, there's an author's name and there's a designer's name. They're printed separately, the same way as we do in modern times. We have a book, it'll show text by so-and-so, images by so-and-so, if it's like a kid's book or something. And in the case of this book, if I had it here, we could have a look and see, is there a separate credit for the person who wrote the text or not? I don't know. So I'm sorry, at the moment, my guess is that there is, but I honestly don't know, I'm sorry. It could be Hokusai words and illustrations, or it could be words by somebody, illustrations by Hokusai. Or it could be that the words are so trivial and uninteresting and unimportant they didn't even credit anybody. I don't know. It could go either way, I'm sorry. The information must be out there. The book itself will be in various databases of Edo era books and things like that. I forget the title at the moment. Something about pine trees. I can't remember. Okay, there's the rough cuts. Let's clean these out. Really hard part right there. Oh boy. this particular part of the board here, this wood, it's really in stripes. You can see these darker brown things going across. This is winter wood, summer wood, winter wood, summer wood, and this particular part of this particular board really has a strong difference here. The winter parts are really hard. It's easier. Chisels tends to get push, no, push, no, push, no, push, no, bang, and away it goes and smashes everything else. It's really, really important here to do the waste clearing first. If I cut the lettering first and then clear the waste around the outside, almost certainly, when night follows day, almost certainly I would chip some of that lettering. Is it me or is there a lot of shoes out there today compared to normal? I don't know. Okay, there's the clearing done. I think actually I got a pretty good edge on this knife still. No, I do indeed. Let's just keep going. Oh, okay. Am I missing anything here? Yesterday was a cherry day for us. Yesterday, Tuesday, I know I was here working with Cameron-san, office type stuff. And Aoyama-san, my helper here, he spent the day over at the lumber yards. And the story's going on and on. I think I must have mentioned once on one of these streams about 2 years ago, hey, we got a tree today. We bought a tree, blah, blah, blah. And we had bought about just over 1 meter long. You saw some pictures of it on the Insta page a while ago. And we bought a piece of a cherry tree from somewhere up north, Aomori Prefecture or Iwate or somewhere up there. And we had it roughly, the big round part, we had it roughly split into 4 or 5 different pieces with the grain running the directions we wanted to. And that wood's been drying up here for a couple of years. It's been upstairs. Visitors here, you've seen it, huge bits of tree leaning against the wall. Anyway, a couple of weeks ago, and Kementan did post about this. Aoyama-san thought it was time to get part of this up and running into our stock. So he took some of those pieces and got his saw and split them up into chunks. And yesterday he took those out to the lumber wholesale market where there's a giant resaw. You've seen the pictures of this before too. There's a train track that runs down against the bandsaw blade. So a bunch of our wood that's been drying here and waiting for just about 2 years got resawn yesterday. And I didn't go with him, I was here. He brought it back from the lumber yard there. And he had it really tightly bound with strapping tape. And I wanted to see some of the pieces of wood because I wanted to see inside this log. And he said, no can do. Because as they had, put their chunk down the train, slicing off these 6mm pieces, they had sprung, cupped into shape. So as soon as he got the pieces off, right away, he reassembled the piece of tree and wrapped it with strapping tape as hard as he could to get this thing stuck together. Because there's lots of tension inside this wood, and those pieces as they came off went sprawling and twisted and cupped. And we think it's okay. I mean, we're going to be bonding these down with really, really heavy wood glue. We think they're okay, but some of those may have just twisted a bit too much. So yesterday was a big day for us, a whole bunch, enough wood. We have now got enough blocks upstairs for the Japan Journey series to the end of the year. And the wood that Aoyama-san prepared yesterday, and he will be here again today too to start the bonding process, that's enough for the Chuban size prints that we're planning. Jed's doing a design. You don't know about this yet, different project, whatever. Anyway, so it's enough wood probably to take us up to September or October in all of our wood blocks. So it's coming on, bit by bit by bit, we're getting the wood ready for ourselves. We can't also just make exactly the number of pieces of wood we need. If I want 4 blocks for this next print, if I go to the shelf and there's only 4 blocks there, it's not going to work because we've always got hard spots, there's knots, we have to arrange the wood depending on the pattern. So I've got to get much more wood ready so that I can pick the ones I need with a good grain pattern. No, quarter sawn is terrible for us. If it's quarter sawn, throw it away. It can't be used for our work, period. This is the problem. One of the huge problems for us, there is cherry wood down in the markets, but it's all quarter sawn because it's for people making tabletops and furniture and stuff, and that's what those guys want. Because quarter sawn wood doesn't cup and warp and twist anywhere near as much as I forget the expression, what's the word we need? I don't remember the technical term for it, I'm sorry. Anyway, long story short, we can't use quarter sawn. Flat sawn, yes. If you think about it, I don't know this, but if you look at the end of the wood, you can see the grain in curves, smiles, for example. If you looked at the end of the piece of wood, quarter sawn wood, you're going to see wood grain straight, flat. That's because it's sawn from where the wood goes around the tree. We want wood sawn so that the pattern on the end is curves. I can't do anything any other way to show you. Yeah, maybe here. This is a piece of paper. Let's do this. So quarter sawn, they do stuff like this. Here's the grain pattern. And later they'll do quarter sawn like this, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. So any given piece of wood cut quarter sawn has the grain rings running like this, which I guess is what the furniture people want. This is not what we want. We've had this conversation 1,000 times. What we want, ideally, is we want this. We want that piece. And then we want this piece, this piece, this piece, this piece, in. I don't know the pattern it's called, but the piece of wood you get from this then, the piece of wood that comes out of it has a grain pattern like this. That's what we want. Now these boards cup like crazy when you cut them out. I'm running out of paper here. So when you get that board, after you've cut it, it ends up looking something like this, because it cups like crazy. No problem. In the old days, we cut them thicker than we needed. Then you go through a jointer, you knock off the corners here so it's flat. Then you go through a planer and knock it off flat. And the piece you get from the inside of this thing after it's finished all its warping and everything else is a nice, beautiful, flat piece of wood of this pattern. This is what we want. This is not what we want, and this is all we can find in the markets today. No matter how long it's been drying, if you cut pieces from the inside of a larger piece of wood, it's going to have more moisture in the middle than it does at the outside. It's just, you know, whatever drying for 100 years, I guess, is okay. Yeah, when I showed the cupping, I'm exaggerating the worst case. I mean, really nicely, carefully dried boards very slowly, stack them, restack them, tighten them, don't put them in the sunshine. You can minimize this, of course. Of course, of course. I showed you a worst case scenario there. What's the time here today? It's just 8:33. Okay, camera's doing about 10 minutes. We got some show and tell. We'll have a go at this week. one-legged person. Hayai ka na?
Yeah. To make up for the 5 minutes late I was on Monday, apparently.
No. Do you remember this?
No, they're always hassling me about what time is on
Aren't
time and early.
Aren't you on the same train, or are the trains on that line not unreliable?
If I missed the 801, today I took the 801, so that's why I arrived now at usually, I think it's 8:40. Oh no, a little bit earlier. I like the 801 because it gets me here now, but if I miss that, then it's 2 local trains which are much slower, so it's not even though it departs 3 minutes later, it's actually like 10 minutes later to arrive.
Yeah.
So, and then there's another faster one, like about 10 minutes. Or I think 8, 11 or
the fact
something.
that you're on a commuter line, coming to work at the same time, you would have basically been sitting in the same seat with the same people on the left and right side of you, lining up with the same people outside.
I get bored, so I usually take different cars.
You mix it up.
Get different times,
So I mean, I've never been in a commuting situation in Japan, but I would have imagined that, people get up at the same moment, they wake up, they put the same fish in their mouth, they go to the station 803.45, I'm not sarcastic, that's what commuting means, You get a regular routine, and the trains are, for the most part, on time. I haven't touched those things.
Yeah. You don't want to see into my ear, probably. How was the evening?
It's okay. I was up late, of course. I was chatting with him yesterday about the day we had yesterday. Cameron and I spent the day doing our executive suite business.
Yes.
We didn't do any work at all. We just
thought about work.
We had talked about brainstorm. Went for an executive lunch.
Yep.
How many martinis did you have?
Yeah. I think I had 1 glass of water and another glass of purple
I had a cup
vegetable
of Earl
juice.
Grey tea, and then Cameron, I had a cup of coffee. You don't
After
do
the
that,
tea,
do you?
yeah,
Yes.
Tea and coffee in one.
Executive lunch.
Yeah.
I tell you what
We
it
went
was.
crazy.
We took a laptop with us to lunch. Wow.
And we used it too.
I was joking on this, but yesterday was the easy part, brainstorming.
Now doing it.
So the rule about brainstorming is don't do anything that will get in the way. Just dump ideas. Don't say, "Oh no, we can't do that because such and such and such a thing." But you do have to do that as the next day. So, so I haven't told him what this is about.
Okay.
We had this great idea, and it's gonna be a real good idea. Maybe.
Now I have to think about all the possible barricades.
Not just the barriers, but that in any stuff, I guess you tend to think, okay, when we do this, this will happen. When we do this, and then we'll do that, and it'll be successful.
Yeah.
But the world doesn't always, of course, have the same idea in its mind that you have in your mind.
Right.
You can examples all over the place. George Bush and the Iraq War. We're going to do this, take down Saddam, a flourishing democracy will grow, and the world will be happily ever after. Didn't quite work out like that.
Didn't quite work out
like that. Yeah. So maybe a bit of an extreme example, but. I thought about it a lot last night. I still think we're okay on this.
Yeah,
I still
I think
we're
it's going to
okay.
be good.
It all comes back to that same old question. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. And we talked about some of the possible things and thought about how we can prevent them. So I think it'll be okay. Business lunch, TM. Yeah.
Power lunch. What's the expression? I forget. Well, it sounds like we're teasing. I'm not really meaning to tease. We just described what we're doing yesterday. That's all, you know. I think what we say. What'd you just say? Nothing. Don't talk about it. That's worse teasing, you know.
We did nothing the whole day.
But I cannot get the new domain name to work. I cannot get it to work. I'm gonna have to write to support.
Oh,
I've done everything
no.
right. I've got just everything right. The new folder, the new everything.
Is it acting the same as Ghibli Say Yes?
Yes, and it's
Okay.
obviously it's an HTTPS issue.
Okay.
Everything. So you can
Interesting.
you go to the new domain name, you type it in, and it just redirects to the Mokohankan front page instead of going to the internal
To
folder
itself,
where it's
yeah.
supposed to go.
Huh. Were you teasing about it earlier? I'm looking back at the chat to see what else you might have talked about. They're saying, we don't know about what? Come on, Dave, we're family, spill the beans. Someone else said, oh, we should push Jed too. Are they talking about what we talked about yesterday?
I don't really know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well, actually, knowing this crowd of people out there, I did mention that whatever, there's a new domain name involved.
Yep.
And you guys, come on, Sherlocks. What's happened in the past week here? We put up a couple of new videos. We've been talking about getting a new domain name.
Yeah.
I think if I was on the other end of this, I think I should be able to figure this out. I think. There's an outfit called Whois, WHOIS, and you go in there and you can look up domain names and see who's registered them and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think
But-
we're going to leave it.
Can they see?
We put up 2 new videos last week. What were they about? What were we talking about in those videos?
You're getting a puppy.
Is that our new domain name? Newpuppy.com?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Dave Ross carves happy little trees. Thanks, guys.
No, I think they should be able to get it.
Yeah, I think you may have given too much already. They're guessing.
Okay, let's just leave it there. Okay. As for the work day, we have this. We have some show and tell. I've got a bunch of show and tell. Some stuff that's come from upstairs, and then an unopened package actually.
From flea market or something
Getting
else?
flea market. I know it's inside. This is a goodie. It was in the mailbox yesterday. I missed it because we were closed.
Got it. Do not bend to exclamation points.
Yeah, good. At least the guy took the time to do that. Sometimes they don't even do that.
Yeah.
And today is going to be a day in Chaperino. We have group parties in the morning. 12 people coming just this morning.
Whoa.
And Evelyn booked off. It's
Yeah,
me.
she got sick.
So we're okay. She was and Audrey are competent, but we are going to be busy.
Okay.
So we might need some backup in the shop here. Because we got 6 people at a time in that room.
Wow.
We can't come out and help.
Yeah. So they're doing 6 in there and then 6 wandering around Asakusa.
As far as I know,
switch out.
I don't know. There was correspondence back and forth some months ago when they booked, and what they wanted, they asked me, Dave, can you please organize for us? We want to make some wax food. Well, the 6 people on the other. 6 people do the pin party, 6 people do wax food. Blah blah. Can you organize this for us? Did you see the email? I mean, like,
No.
no. So I don't know. I think just 12 people are going to come in the room.
Yeah.
And she knows I can only do 6 at a time, so the other 6 are going to presumably go for a walk.
Yeah.
Go look at
Well,
the
there's
temple.
plenty to see in the neighborhood, so.
And the rain, like, it worked out so nicely.
Yeah, yesterday was wild.
The festival was clear.
Yeah.
You know, oh my God, it's just so perfect.
Yep.
Can you imagine
But
if that rain had
heard-
been on Sunday?
Hamamatsu, I think it was. They were ordering some evacuations because there was so much rain that it was flooding in some areas in Shizuoka.
Yeah. They must have been worse in some places because only our staff and only didn't go to work yesterday.
Yeah.
It was too much rain or something.
Yeah.
Is my house still there?
I hope so. It is on a cliffside though.
Well, that person's late, our homeless lady. Did you hear her just now with the 2 trolleys?
Oh yeah.
We don't know about that, 'cause that's
No.
usually early in the street.
Oh okay. 8:48.
It's a homeless lady that goes by with those same two wheel kind. The stuff that goes on we don't know about.
Yeah. Well, I think I've seen her, just not during the stream. See how there's stuff that needs to be done upstairs, or
I haven't
how
even
much
looked.
of
I'm
it.
sorry, I don't know. Actually, I did. I looked last night. There was, because I answered one.
Oh, okay.
It was somebody who you'd set up as a new subscriber, and he hadn't, I guess your software had sent the link to his account page, but it's probably a spam or something. He didn't get
Okay.
that. So rather than he was in Europe, so rather than have him wait all the next day, 24 hours to be got, I answered him.
Okay.
Thinking he didn't be able to pay, but nothing. So he probably didn't get my email either. I CC'd you.
Okay.
So you
All
see
right.
what's going
I'll
on.
see what's happening.
So I cut in there just to avoid him having to wait 24 hours
Yeah.
till you get it back. You know?
Okay.
And even if you'd answered him this morning, he would then be in bed.
Yeah.
So it would be a full 24 hours. So that's why I jumped in.
Okay. No problem.
But it seems it didn't make any difference anyway.
Too bad.
There was somebody with a DE address. So.
Okay.
And then I think there's some kind of PayPal claim going on because I saw this subject. There's a PayPal transcript, a PayPal service call or something. Like, so I hope if somebody hasn't got their print, they made a claim against PayPal or something. I don't know. We occasionally get this. I ordered my print and it still hasn't arrived 2 weeks later, and they do a claim on PayPal and stuff like this. Is that what that one is? Or?
Just checking now. They were told they're. Alright, let me finish.
Camera falls silent.
It's a long email. The person included their chat with PayPal customer service, who told
So they
the
made a claim
person,
against them?
no, not a claim. Their card was just getting denied by PayPal, even though the card actually works fine. They said the service agent said PayPal is denying the transaction because it is an invalid transfer, meaning this payment might be overseas, where we don't service. We use PayPal dozens of times a day, so they definitely use
there are
us.
some countries they don't do.
Okay.
But I think they're off Turkey for the moment or something.
Right.
There's various countries they don't serve.
Right. This person's based in the U.S. and we're here in Japan,
Really?
so.
Okay.
But it sounds like they want me to send a Square invoice
So
instead.
it's not someone who didn't get their print, blah, blah,
No,
blah.
no.
Okay, okay.
Looks all good, just a difficulty with PayPal.
Good, okay.
Interesting. They thought our transaction looks suspicious or something. Then a half hour later, other people got through just fine, so.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, well. I don't know, some big truck.
Okay. the new schedule upstairs today then? Is it what got skipped yesterday? I don't know, just normal.
Yeah, normal and organization, especially with those tax documents you brought in and things.
Yeah.
So
Is there like deadlines on that stuff? The 10th of every month and blah 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 or whatever.
I'm not 100% sure yet. I want to
When I
go
first
through all that
cracked
and
the
figure it
envelopes, I
out.
saw a sheaf of payment slips, so it looks like we have to
Okay.
make a payment every month.
Every
or
month,
something,
okay.
for each and every city hall. So this is for Kawai-san in Chiba and Yasui-san and Tsushima-san in Ome.
Yeah.
But is that all? What about like?
I think I should be getting one soon too.
And then Suga-san, right?
Yeah.
And Kanai-san, she's out, but she's not sending his invoice. Kanai-san is inside. She's on the staff payroll, right?
Yeah. But because she's working as an outside contractor, she's paying her own taxes.
Okay. So there's sort of three levels then. There's the Kawai-san level in here. There's the Kanai-san level inside / outside. Then there's the Kubota-san level, which is totally outside.
Right.
Three levels. What about Suga-san?
I'd have to check.
And Ishikawa-san.
Yeah, I think there were two ways. They can either pay for it themselves
So,
in the tax office, or a few people requested to have Mokuhan-kan take care of it
okay, so
for
it has
them.
been decided.
Yeah,
It's not just
so they're all decided.
So at the moment, then it's only those three people.
I think so. I'll have to check what the names were, but
And you?
I thought I was one of them, so we should be waiting for something from Ibaraki as well.
What are you in? What city is here? What's your jurisdiction?
Moria.
Moriyashi.
Moriyashi. Let's see.
Soka. So the one we got for Kawai-san was Chiba-shi. It wasn't Chiba Prefecture, it was Chiba-shi.
Should be. Is that where he's
One of the
based?
blue package had Chiba-shi outside.
Okay,
And the other one was Ome City.
got it.
Okay, not Tokyo.
Yeah.
Okay. At first I thought it was me for my taxes or something.
Yeah. Banks, the killers of dreams. What does that even mean? Everyone's gone pretty quiet. They're just watching. Yeah.
もうスカイツリーじゃん。これしかねえだろ。使えとんねん。
Koringami says, have you decided on who will print the octopus?
Just staff. I know I'll do the first batch myself, and this is not hugely difficult. I think just the normal staff. Sugi-san will probably do a batch. There's no special requirements for this. It's nowhere near as difficult as the wave.
Yeah. Or other recent heroes or other things like that.
Oh, like the Times More Brighter stuff.
Yeah.
So this will require some delicacy, a nice touch, but it's within the range of our staff.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Also, that reminds me, there's another little... Can I talk about these things without sounding to tease, I guess? I don't know. I think it's okay. I know, there
Cover
was...
your ears, people.
On the Acolytes page, a while ago, I got a message. Somebody's looking for a copy of that print, the Kajita Hanko Meiji era print. Scent of Chrysanthemums?
Yes, yeah.
And we don't, our own version isn't in our own catalog, so
Right.
we're going to print it so we can print it. And somebody, I don't remember the name, I'm sorry, somebody was looking for an original Meiji copy.
Mm-hmm.
And they had gone to various, print shop websites and stuff, Japanese print shop websites, looking for it. Couldn't find it. I guess they posted there. Anybody got any ideas where they could get a copy of the Meiji era print of that?
Mm-hmm.
And I posted to her, I made a reply myself. But what it did, it reminded me that we had a conversation with Suga-san the other day.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the show and tell today too, actually. What time is it now, Ken-san?
2 minutes to 9.
It's a bit too early, but... Okay, remind me about this. So I started talking about it too. Remind me about it and when we start the show and tell.
Someone remind us about it when we start doing the show and tell. But remind us about what? Chrysanthemums?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Did you peel back one row
I went back
this
one
morning?
more row, yes.
Yeah.
So. There was no giant peel, so I just pulled it back. You know,
Yeah.
so. Oh, today, let's write to those people. Or
Yes.
phone them.
Yep.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Means you do it.
Yep. Yes. I have the page still open on my computer to do that.
So,
Yesterday we did other things. So.
yeah, no, it's okay. I'm not on the chair, kind of because that should be something we can move forward immediately, and everybody will be happy.
You said don't bother with the heavier ones. Stick with the kind you've already bought, the 18.
Well, my guess is that it won't be useful for us, but if they have like a sample book, I mean, usually paper makers have
A book of samples.
a book of samples.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
we'll buy it, whatever, and have a look at the paper.
Okay.
So basically what we want is their sample book and price list, basically.
Okay.
Right. So we'll go to a printmaking workshop in Tokyo, looking for a good source of copy paper. You see on the net, you've got paper that looks interesting, can we have this sample book?
Yeah.
Where can we, rather than ask for free something, where can we
Right.
pay, whatever happens.
Okay.
I think that's what's really, once we get a sample book, we can form up and say, how many sheets of this, how many sheets of that, whatever.
Did you switch this up to 1080p for a little while ago, or is
It's
it still
gone,
at 720?
no, we're 1080,
Oh, okay.
ages ago.
Okay.
Ages ago.
Yeah. Okay. I said, what did that guy at the door want? He didn't want anything to do with us. It was a group of middle school students, I think.
Today?
Yeah, just
Look at
the guy who was
poster.
yelling earlier.
Are you doing packages today? Yeah, there are some packages that could be here.
Ooh, Vivid KP. I got an unexpected package from Japan today. Turns out I made the cut of the first 500 entrants for the Awagami mini print exhibition. Cool, I don't know anything about that, but sounds cool.
There's 500 people in the world making woodblock prints? What?
That's cool. So they sent some paper samples. Neat. Well, hey, free paper.
They're cool people, Algonquin people. They don't make paper that we really can use at the moment for our work, but they're on it. They're interesting people doing good stuff with paper, looking with a modern outlook, good social media presence, and they're trying different stuff. Working with all kinds of people all over the world. It's just plus. They seem to be really, really hip people.
Cool.
Now, our own requirements are just too narrow for them to spend much time involved with it. But so I have nothing negative there. Really, look, if I were myself were running a paper making mill out there in the wilds of Japan,
Yeah.
I can't imagine how it could be done any better than what they're doing.
Cool.
If you get a minute, take a look at their website. Look at some video on there. And my God, there must be like 50 people working there. Their wage bill must be incredible.
Yeah. The first 5 people to enter get paper samples for free, but they accept even more entrants. I guess there are lots of paper.
500.
500. So I guess there are lots of paper makers around the world. Or not paper makers, sorry, print makers.
The neat things about origami is they're making paper not just for like old woodblock printmakers, but for people doing inkjet printing and stuff like that. We use their paper for our share certificates. That's
right.
on origami paper.
Yeah, we just ordered some recently. I think it may be coming today. Awagami. Is it bubble paper? No. What? I wonder what characters they use for it.
It's the name of the river. They're in Shikoku. In which prefecture are they in? I don't even know. They're in Shikoku. I think that was the name of the river there. I think.
Oh, okay.
River stream.
Yeah.
I believe. I don't quote me. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I got the idea that's what it was.
Sounds like they do origami paper. They collaborate with paper artists as well.
So they're just doing everything right. Everything
Yeah, that's really neat.
Actually, I think Awa is one of the names of a particular region there, which I think
Okay.
comes from a river.
Okay. The river or the old
Yeah.
domain.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. So there was the Lord of Awa.
Yeah. The Bubble King. Oh, wait, no. Different Awa. Sounds a little less menacing that way.
Cameron, is it time for show and tell? I want to do show and tell.
I don't know. What time do we want to start? It's 9:04.
Let's do it. Let's
do it. Okay. Turn this all the way around. Squeak.
There's just some normal process of work stuff going on here. This is not special show and tell, but just things are happening. The Patreon chibis for 2019 are coming off the press. Bang, 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 bang,
They're
bang,
looking
bang.
nice.
Sudu-san is really doing her thing on it. This is another batch of, how many? 100? I don't know. Wow. Look at this. Just so consistent. She is just so consistent in this. This is what our job is all about right here. Taking 100 sheets of paper and turning them into beautiful objects. Can we get a good catch of the wave is alive, the embossing is here, she's got good rich color. Just this girl is so good at this, so good at this. I don't want to open them, she's packaged them so nicely and tightly, but there they are. Let's flip again. It's like a flip book and nothing changes, which is what we want to see. You know, you know those little flip books when somebody runs down the street. Our flip books, nothing's changed. And nothing should change. If there's a change, it's a mistake.
Yeah. Wow.
She is good. I'm so happy, you know. I know these doing the Patreon chibis like this, it's plus minus. I know we don't pay as much per copy for this as we do for a larger scale print, of course. But because they are so, quote, simple, unquote, they can get going.
Do 100 of them in a day?
Yeah, just get going. And the Kawai-san, he's starting a new batch. He started last night, a new batch. While we were doing our chatting yesterday, Kawai-san was up here printing chibis. And I told him, this is your opportunity. This is a simple one.
Yeah.
Get the color worked out and then go. Get a clock, put it in front of your bench and watch don't watch the minute hand, watch the second hand. Use this as an opportunity to get yourself boosted up in speed, you know. Because these guys, the printers working here, Super-san, Kawai-san, they're doing well, they're nice people, but they are way, way, way too slow. They're way too slow. Next one, this is an ongoing job. You've got a bunch of people waiting for this, right? You've been postponing and postponing, you've been asking and postponing. This is from the Mystique of the Japanese Print series. Also, Cameron, you made a terrible mistake the other day. You posted this on Instagram, and you said, here's the completed print. And it didn't have the embossing
border.
around the outside.
I realized it late.
And I am so, so happy to see this. She has done a fabulous, fabulous job. Did I tell you what happened? She had a little piece of paper stuck in here. Like I think there's 50 copies here or something, 40 or 50. And below the first 5 or 6 or 7 copies, she had a piece of paper stuck in saying, okay. And her idea, the first 6 or 7 copies were okay, the rest were, and she starts
Just
crying,
garbage.
no good, they're just garbage. And I'll just cut this stack roughly in half here. And this is something that was from the group that she thought was no good. And we know where we're going with this.
Yeah.
I can't tell. Whatever.
This one's smaller,
Okay.
so they can see. There's nothing different.
It's so good. Hey, what I was saying a few minutes ago when I was talking about the scent of chrysanthemum. Actually, can you ask? Yeah, can you run it over here?
The mangy stuff.
Hi. Okay. So what's happened? They've tie these two stories together. She's just finished this print for us. It's the most difficult job she has ever done, bar none.
Yeah.
When we gave it to her, she didn't want to take it. She didn't think she could do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, don't worry about it. If they're no good, we'll throw them away. We'll pay you just on the basis of time. So don't sweat it. You're not going to lose. And
Just try it.
Just try it. Let's get it up. And probably actually are down at the bottom of the stack here. There are going to be some that are too weak that we won't be able to sell. But it's okay. She has done wonderful, wonderful, wonderful job, and she has leveled up.
Yeah.
She doesn't believe it yet because she doesn't think they're very good, but she has leveled up. Anyway, to tie the other part of the story, somebody on the Acolytes page the other day asked about where, this is the major print, asked where to get a major print.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, whatever, I have 3 copies, and if one more comes in a Mocha Hong Kong, I will probably keep it for ourselves. Because not because I'm greedy, but because we're learning that a bunch of these prints are made from different block sets. So I want another copy for research. If it turns out that the new copy coming in is exactly the same block set as this, yeah, fine, we can put it in the shop and let it go. But if it's not, we're going to keep it. Anyway, get to the point. We have our own reproduction of this, the one that I carved and printed back in
A while ago.
When was it? 28 or something? I don't remember. And we've got it on display here so we can talk about it. But almost every day people in shops say, can I have this?
I have that one.
And our common answer is, no, I'm sorry, we don't have it. And they say, please make some more. I say, I don't have any printers here who are capable of doing this yet.
Yeah.
You see where I am going with this. When Suku-san was here Monday night, she brought these to me. I looked at them. I listened to her protestations of the fact that they're no good. And then I put this on the table and I said, Suku-san. And she said, oh my God, no, don't even think about this. Let's not go there. And she ran away.
And she ran away.
But,
Similar
it's
levels
not
of
that
work.
much more. It's more difficult. But if you can do this, hair and this gradation, then you can do this hair and this gradation. The other this is bigger. It's double the size. But the other parts of this, the normal key block printing, this color printing, this kimono printing, she can do those.
Yeah.
She can do those. The reason this print is terrifying for the printers is because it's 26 or 27 difficult impressions. And the more you ramp up difficult impressions side by side, the more you're going to get spoiled copies and away you go.
Right.
Anyway, what I'm getting at here is that we are now almost at the stage where we have a printer here who can try this. I'm not going to give it to her right now because she just finished this. She needs some simple work to blow through and get going. And also, she's got sushi cats. We have to start sushi cats.
Yep.
But all I'm saying is this. I can now see ahead to where this is going to be in our catalog. For the past few years, I've been saying, no, can't think about it. No, can't think about it. Can't do anything.
But it's coming closer.
We are coming closer to having this in our catalog.
All right.
She can do this. She can do this. If she can do this, she can do this. So I can't say when. She's super busy right now. Sushi Cats, Patreon, more QA Heroes.
Yeah.
JJ, she's every month, she's got to do a JJ.
Yeah.
That's all I'm getting at. So long story short, we can now see that this will be back in our catalog. And it's just a question of accumulated experience. She could do one color or 2 colors or 3 colors to do the 26 impression print where every impression is very difficult. Maintaining the stamina is what's difficult.
Yeah.
Maintaining the focus, maintaining the stamina. And it's all about experience. And she is now...
I've been waiting. I'm looking forward to it.
Good. I've been waiting too, but I can now see that we're going to be able to do it. I know I haven't been able to say this for a few years because I haven't been able to see that we could do this. But I can now see that it's going to be there. Okay, enough of the in-house show and tell. Cameron, so where's that package?
Right
package.
here.
Have you lost it? Here we go.
Right.
Good. Don't fold. Exclamation mark. Don't fold.
Let's open a waiting list for that one.
No, not yet. Don't put that stress on her, but...
So you guys have me at 500 people waiting for that.
yeah, that's the one. I don't want that stress. what this is a little item that came up on Yahoo Auctions a week or so ago. And it's kind of a trivial little item. You know, recently we did a video about the, my God, what kind of tape is this? Fabulous.
Super.
My God, it's fabulous stuff. We did a video recently, it was not very views, about the 8 views, but we did a video about the match label prints, the smaller match label prints.
Oh, right, yeah.
So, and I talked about a bunch of them. I talked about match labels, and I talked a little bit about Senshafter prints, the idea that back in the old days, very small, trivial small prints were a really big deal. I didn't mention one genre, it's called Pochi Bukuro. Pochi Bukuro. We're going to have a video about it one day, one of these years. Pochi Bukuro, Fukuro is bag, Pochi pouch.
Yeah.
Anyway, the deal is
bag.
a Pochi Bukuro, it's a small paper envelope. And if we look at it from the front, there it is. Look at it from the back, it's like this. It's like this. It's a paper envelope, and it's originally made from some sheet of paper. You get a sheet of paper, and you've got your registration marks and stuff. And the print design part of it is here. It's woodblock print. And the printed part of it is just in this central area. And then it's got press marks that show you where to cut. So after the woodblock printing part is finished, somebody then gets their scissors, good morning, artisan, gets their scissors, cuts away all the rest of it, just leaving this part of it. And then a bunch of little old ladies all in a row get their glue and stuff and stick it together and turn it into a little paper envelope, which on the front side of it has a woodblock print design. Long story short, there we are. Pochi Bukuro. There were tons of them made back in the old days, and most of them got used. People would put money inside, give it to a little kid for New Year's, and away you go, and there it is. You know where we're going with this? The other day on Yahoo Auctions, a few Pochi Bukuro came up. Some of them are really uninteresting, they're boring, they're not interesting designs, and some of them are, oh, and this one was, oh. My God.
Man, this person was thorough.
That's what I want to see. I want to see these things. I don't like people using sellotape on these things, but so what we have here is an auction that I bid on, and I knew it was going to go high because you'll know when you see it. But I wanted it. I wanted it. I lusted. Look at this. My God, packing. There's the back side. Look at this. These are large Pochi Bukuro, and you can see exactly what it is, exactly as I told you a few minutes ago. This is washi paper. On the back of it here, we have the publisher's name, which is done in an extremely Sakurai Hanga. It's a Sakurai Hanga. It's the publisher's name. Kyoto something. No idea what that is. It's Kyoto something, Sakurai Hanga. And it's the name of a workshop in Kyoto. And this will be a bajillion years ago. This is pre-war. Totally pre-war. And you can see the backside. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these.
Spreading back, very zooming back out.
There are 5 of these Pochi Bukuro were in this auction, and when I saw them, because the guy had decided these are not the same 5 designs, they're 5 different designs. And we see this, it's a series. One's a cherry blossom, a peach blossom, blah, 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 blah. This is different. Can you zoom out a bit more, camera, please? Because I want to put these side by side on my mat. I'm going to put them like this, side by side on my mat. And what are we going to do here? Let's see if I can sort of think about how this is going to work. Can you see what's happening here? Can you see what's going on? Well, let me do this. We're going to put this one here. You get what's happening here? No way. They have made 5 Pochi Bukuro that fit together
One.
into one. Should I turn this around for the camera?
Yeah.
There you go, sir. Pan and zoom as you wish. And these are individual little envelopes. They're a little bit stuck down. I'm not going to open it. I can see it. There's no money inside about that one. And they are done with metallic pigments on the front. Just sit so far.
Okay.
Got it? Here we are. Get the metallic pigments. I'll put it down. You can zoom in and out. Away you go. Her face. I mean, come on. Come on. Come on. Now, I have no idea how much this would have cost back in the old days. This is not your trivial little stick a coin inside and give it to the little kid. This is sort of, even back then, it would have been a collector's item or something. They're in beautiful condition. They're all made from different sets of blocks. You can see a little tiny bit of color variation here. Can you find my fingers?
There you are.
I got a tiny bit darker blue here. I mean, the printers, they've tried to do a good job of matching. The green matches the green. I mean, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. They've done a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful job. The face, it's got metallic pigments on her hair ornament up here.
Just amazing.
Incredible, incredible. Now, I sat there when the auction came up thinking, Dave, how much are you willing to pay for this? You know, how much am I willing to pay for this? A normal set of book was like $10, whatever, because you know, so few people want them. But this was special. I sent an email to Doysan, making sure that if he had seen it, he wasn't going to bid.
Yeah.
No, because the last thing I want is to me and him to compete against each other for the same collection.
Right.
He said, I saw it. He said, are you going to buy it? I said, of course I'm going to buy it. Just to make sure you keep out of the way so we don't fight each other. He said, yeah, no problem. And then I sat down in the auctions, taking out 5 minutes to go, how much am I willing to pay for this? Hello, good morning. How you doing?
Nice
Hi, come on in. Yes.
And I just move my bag.
Yes, you're upstairs somewhere. Yep. Anyway, so. Anyway, I won't tell you how much I was willing to pay. No, because I put in, you know, the way it works, you put in your top bid, and then people bid against you. Away you go. There's no sniping here, so you can't snipe it at the end. I put in my bid, somebody else incremented, it added 5 minutes. They bid again, incremented, they added 5 minutes, and I sat back thinking, is this other dude or these other people, are they going to reach my top?
Yeah.
Nowhere near it. I got it at 6,000 something yen. 6,
Oh, wow.
I think it was 6,500 yen,
Nice.
which is like $55.
Yeah.
I don't care. This is one of the biggest bargains of my life, I think.
Wow.
And Doysan had been watching it, and he knows my nickname on
Right.
those. So he wrote an email like 10 minutes after, oh my God, we got it!
Yeah.
So, I mean,
For a
what do you mean we, Kimosabe? It's my money on the table.
Yeah.
so.
Man.
Anyway, I'm really happy. Obviously, the person who bought it back then didn't even consider using it. They just put it aside. My guess is they had this one stacked on top because this one is a bit more faded in green. The green has become a bit darker and it's a bit smudge on the edge. So they probably had this one on top. And looking inside, there's nothing inside these things. So anyway, there it is. Beautifully.
I thought you were going to say Nimanen.
Wouldn't it be fun if there had been something inside?
Yeah. I mean, how much you paid for it, I think.
I mean, they have lined this up incredibly accurately. Cameron, look at this.
Yeah.
When you put this in, I mean, look at this, even the inside. Look how accurate this is.
Yeah. And they
And look at
overprinted.
this,
On the back, you can see where
it goes around. They overlap a little bit. So they overlap a tiny bit.
Yeah. And then they account for that overlapping.
Yeah,
Made this one fit exactly.
When they did the 5 set of blocks, they got the one master copy, stretched and overlapped each one.
Yeah.
So some places are cut on more than one block. Whereas this place here is cut on both of these things the same.
Yeah.
And then when they did the folding, they took such perfect care with the folding that
Amazing.
even the inner, look at this, there's a little white thing visible here.
I'll go in on that.
This is what they've done. They've got so careful with this. See what I mean? On this one, there's a little bit of a white dot that's visible here. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than this. It just doesn't get any better. They've gone to a super level of care. This must have been expensive. And without knowing any data here, my guess is that the person who bought this in the market originally would have probably paid more in money value of their day than I paid for it now in value. I paid whatever $50 for it. It could easily have been a $50 item. I mean, this company made cheap junk pochibukuro. In their catalog, they must have just had some really, really high, super deluxe items, and this is one of them. I've never known such a thing exist. I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
And some kid found it in a drawer in his house, put it up on Yahoo Auction, and he's probably dancing. Oh my God, I got
$60
for this.
Thanks, Grandpa, for letting me sell this.
I'm very, very happy to see this. Very, very happy. I mean, people make the comments, Dave, you've got too many prints, or Dave, you're just accumulating stuff, whatever. Step one, accumulation. Step two, you know what we're going to do? We're going to talk about this. We're going to scan it. Now, I don't know how we're going to get this all done before I die, but whatever. We're going to just keep getting this stuff and scan it and make nice videos.
Yeah.
So what's been hidden in a drawer for probably 100 years, you know.
Yeah.
This is late Meiji, early Taisho. Probably 100 years. This has been stuck in a drawer somewhere.
Yeah.
And even right now, step one, people around the world can see this. Later we'll video close up, we'll talk about it. And it will live forever.
Beautiful.
People took so much time and care for a trivial little object like this, you know.
I bet Shiba-san will know who that woman is.
I didn't even think about the design. I mean, it's Heian era, Empress type. There will be clues. The kimono design, the huge. I don't know. I shouldn't even start to. It's a Heian era palace. There's probably enough information in this, the person and the headdress and the kimono and everything else to tell us who this is intended to be.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to guess it. I just don't know enough about it.
It's beautiful.
It could be generic princess, or it could be a specific time, place, / person. And the more I look at it, you know, the people who are doing this design and layout and stuff, like this central one. See what's down here? See that little thing there? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't zoom too. You know what that is?
Yes.
Okay, zoom back out. What it is, it's the balustrade cap of the
other side of the stairwell.
other side of the stairwell. Why is it there?
Why bother?
Why bother? Why bother? Because, okay, the guy that did the sketch, I can guess now, the sketch would have been a little bit bigger, and the original sketch would have had the stair railing and stuff in front,
Right.
and maybe a bit more of this large drum thing. And they've cropped it. You know, when the guy did the design, he didn't know exactly how big it was necessary.
Right.
So he made it a bit too big. So they've cropped it. And the easy, quick solution would have been, crap, we
Just
don't
turn that
need
green.
that. We don't need another, you know, it's not an extra block, because the block is there. Just turn it green. For
Yeah.
simplicity's sake, turn it green. But that's the deal. Nobody says, let's save time and trouble. It's not in their vocabulary.
Yeah.
We don't need that, let's save time and trouble. They didn't have that idea. And you think I'm spouting nonsense here, but I try in our own work to honor that.
Yeah.
That in our own work, it's okay, nobody will notice. Dave, don't do that. I try. I don't always succeed, but I try. It's another tiny reminder. Go the extra mile. Wow, this is so cool. So cool. And these were just guys, you know, just go to job, go to work in the morning, get up,
Yep.
stroll down the street. They didn't go on the train, they were working in a local workshop.
Yeah.
Just stroll, what's today's job? Oh yeah, okay, cut.
Oops, sorry. Earthquake.
And every line of this is cut just beautifully, every tint and tone of it is matched beautifully. But this wasn't some special team of top-level, world-class, only 6 people in the whole country could do it. This was just your normal bunch of guys in a printing shop.
Yeah.
Oh my God, a defect. Look, the color block doesn't quite match. Look. Oh my God, throw them away.
Oh no. Rubbish. Stuff.
Sarumo, kikara ochiru.
Indeed. Even keys.
Yeah. Audrey-san, did you see this? Pochibukuro, do you know what a pochibukuro is? Careful with the cable.
You have a special technique.
Yeah, you know, butcher book is the little paper
To put
envelopes.
the money in.
The little paper envelopes. People put money in for presentations, stuff like this. You know. Sometimes there was Toshinama Rokuro for New Year's. This I don't think this was supposed to be. It's just a picture book,
Beautiful.
and they've made them in a set of 5, and they line up just
So beautiful.
perfectly.
Wow.
And they would have been, I don't know, like I said, they would have been cheap. I mean, you know, maybe this was a bit of a special item. It might have been a bit expensive, I don't know. But it's just so
Stunning.
nice, you know. And seeing these things just reminds us again, you know, Dave, let's just keep trying to make prints as well as we can, as big as we can. Let's just keep trying.
There's room for improvement.
Hey, I saw you on Facebook yesterday.
Me?
Your video, you were printing.
Oh,
you were
yeah.
printing. You were upstairs here, the show.
Ah, Monday.
Monday, okay.
Yeah, the one I took, but you shared it on Facebook, I think,
Yes.
yesterday, and Instagram the day before.
Yes, I did. I've got them out of the.
When will it be finished?
Oh, they're finished. There's only a 2-layer block.
Well, that's all.
Very simple.
Not 50 colors like this?
Not 50. So that's why there's room for improvement.
Oh, I thought that was just the beginning.
No, it's a very simple
Ah.
2-block design.
I see. So.
It's done.
Someone said, she sounds French. Indeed, she is French.
Could be.
Could be.
Not far.
Good. Audrey-san comes to us from Lyon.
Yeah, nearby. Yeah.
Nearby.
Nearby.
Close enough, that's all.
Close enough. Close enough.
I don't know how to say nearby in French.
Lyon no Chikaku.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that right?
How did you know?
Have you seen the party schedule today? Do you know what's going on? 12 people this morning. Also,
12 people.
I got a letter from Evelyn, email. She's not coming in this morning. to the funeral.
I gathered. 'Cause
Shiba-san and you and me. So actually, given that, we had better get going. We're about to be inundated with party people here.
ああ、そうなんだ。
And girl.
今日は、じゃあ、いい助っ人だわ。
Oops, how do I do this? I hit the wrong
Make
button.
that bigger? Or?
I'm Reiko Veno, and I'm working with you today
Is
for
it this one?
trial.
What is it?
Great.
It's that one. No, it's that one.
But
Yeah.
I'm not good at
Okay,
English.
yeah. Okay. Come with you.
That's perfect.
Okay, right here. Yep. Thanks very much, guys. What's today? Today's Wednesday.
So see you Friday.
We'll be here Friday
Okay, thank you so much.
with another whatever we're doing. Whatever we're doing. I'm not quite sure what I'll be doing. I don't know. I've got embossing to do on prints. Or more carving of clear. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. See you on Friday.
See you Friday.
You can't reach the button.
No, I can't reach the button. It's up
It
to you
says
today.
stop streaming. 3,
2.
2, 1. Signing off.